Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. It's another week of Laughs and Libations. Another great episode for y'all this week. Hey, Bonnie. What's up, girl? How you doing? But it's another great week of Laughs and Libations. We have episode 19 this week with our girl Shae Speaks. This week for me has been long, busy, tiresome, but it's been great. I need to go on vacation, but thank y'all again for coming to another great episode of Laughs and Libations with me, your girl Shaquena, host of Laughs and Libations, First Lady of Love Grooves, and my co-host, comedian, DJ, CEO of Armani Jones. We thank y'all again for coming, having a good time with us today. We hope that y'all come and have a couple of laughs with us and tell us how your week been. If you have any questions for us, make sure that you put them in the comments. And hey Sherry, what's up, girl? Let me do this right here. But yeah, make sure that y'all, if y'all have any questions, any comments, put them and I put them on the screen, and y'all can ask us whatever it is you want to ask me or Money or the guest. It's going to be a great night tonight. I hope that y'all have fun with us tonight. But yeah, I hope y'all have fun with us tonight, because we gonna get to know Shae and everything tonight, y'all. This is gonna be great. I mean, it's gonna be a great, great, great show tonight. But yeah, this week has been fun. This week has been hard working, full of promotion, homework, coming up with a whole new comedy set. And I explained it on my Instagram. If y'all already follow me on IG. So yeah, make sure that y'all follow on IG. And y'all will hear the announcement that we have to make. But I am working on a whole brand spanking new set. But I'm gonna go on ahead. I'm gonna bring my girl in here, Shae. Hey, Lavette Spears, what's up, girl? But yeah, I'm gonna bring my girl in here. Her name is Shae Speaks. She's a business owner in Dallas, Texas. She is another disabled advocate for the disabled. For the disabled and handicapped community. I'm gonna bring in my girl Shae Speaks, y'all. Hey, girl.
How you
Can
been?
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
you kind of low to me a little bit. Hold on.
Let me make sure my
Okay,
stuff.
now I can hear you now.
You can hear
Well,
me?
yeah, I can hear you. It was my sound, child. My sound.
Okay.
Money should be in here soon. But
Okay, late bird. Late.
but thank you so much for coming to Laughs and Libations.
You very welcome.
I wanted everybody to get to know my friend. My friend.
You know, when you asked me, I was like, what? She want to know me?
Yeah, I wanted everybody to get to know you. Like because I want everybody to know your story, your journey. You as a businesswoman. And we do a lot of talking about comedy on here, so I know you in the comedy world just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So I just want everybody to get to know you. But I met Shae Speaks through another friend of ours.
Mm-hmm.
um J- with two friends, Jador and Pint. That's how I met you, because
Yep.
I was telling them about some of the stuff that I'm going through here in Columbus with being a person in the wheelchair and trying to get, services. And so they introduced me to you in hopes that I can, get the same services, if not, get in contact with some people. So that's
Mm-hmm.
how I met Shae Speaks.
Yeah.
And
I remember because you was
yeah,
like, I want to learn how to drive. And it was a lot. You got a lot of goals. And I was
right.
like, oh, girl, I got you. Because like a lot of people don't even know I know how to drive. So,
Right, because that's what I want to do, and that's what I was had planning on doing before the pandemic hit.
yeah, that pandemic then took a lot of people backwards. It
Yes,
done,
it
yeah.
has. I
But you
mean,
know what? I used to be gone all the time before the
hmm
pandemic hit. And
hmm
then after the pandemic, I'm like, where was I going? Where was I at? I don't know where I was going all that time. But I never was at home. I knew that much.
no, you wasn't. You was always gone.
Always on the road. Now I have a clue. I be trying to make plans. And I be like, where was I going? Why I have so much trouble making plans now?
Because the pandemic got everybody scared to even do anything, really.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, you got
Because people invite me out, who all gonna be there? It was already who all gonna be there. But now it's really who
who gonna be
all
there.
finna be there.
Exactly. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, tell everybody your journey, because a lot of people don't know, that you are a person that's in a wheelchair, that you are part of the
Mm-hmm.
disabled community. So tell people about your, how you ended up in a wheelchair and what happened.
Okay. Well, I was 16 years old actually when I got in my chair.
Mhm.
Due to a car wreck. No, I
Mhm.
was not driving because soon as I say a car wreck, a lot of people ask me, were you the driver? No, I was not the driver. I was actually sleeping in the back seat. And I don't know what happened in the wreck. I just know I woke up in the hospital. The wreck happened in Houston. So
Right.
but it broke my neck in two places
Mhm.
and severed my spinal cord. And I'm
Right.
paralyzed from the chest down.
Mhm.
So, and that's what happened to me. And you know, the hospital, they don't give you much hope. They said you will never be able to live alone, and they they tell you we'll make you as independent as possible,
Right.
but I mean it is what it is. And at first, I ain't gonna lie, I accepted that. I was just like, all right, I guess I'll just until I get married, I'm gonna have to live with my mama forever. And I remember just being at on one day, and I didn't mind if when my mama, me and my mom end up. We have a great relationship,
Right.
but I just got thinking one day, I don't accept this. They who are they to tell me what I'm gonna be able to do? So my sister had came back from college,
Mhm.
and we decided let's just move in with each other and live like roommates. Don't help me unless unless I'm trying, and it's something that I really just cannot do. And
Right.
so we went out and we did that, and we lived together for 6 months before I decided I don't want to live together no more. I can do this by myself, and I went and got my own apartment. And
Mhm.
her best friend just moved in to take over my portion of the rent.
Right.
And I've been by myself ever since. Like I ain't never going back. Forget
Don't
living
blame
with
you.
people.
I don't blame you.
Don't, and I'm gonna tell people, don't ever, ever, ever let people tell you what you can and cannot do, because and I tell people all the time, I don't even get mad anymore when
Right.
people try to tell me what I can't do. The
Mhm.
reason being is because I realize that people can't see you doing things that they can't even see themselves doing. See, to people, to the outside world, we're strong. Oh,
Right.
they're so strong. I couldn't even imagine living in a wheelchair.
Right.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to imagine it until you don't have a choice but to do it. So,
Exactly. And I
and
tell
I ain't
people
learned,
that.
I was grown when I
Mm.
learned how to drive.
See.
Um, That's why I keep saying like you can do it. It's
Right.
resources out here, and you got options on the type of. You can drive a truck, a van, a car, like depending on what works for you.
Right.
Like you in a manual chair, right?
Yeah.
So with me, I'm in a power truck. A lot of
Right.
people get mad in the community. You need to get out that power truck. Well, this is what works for me.
Right.
And like that truck works for you. I hated the manual truck. Could not. I still don't not like that truck to this day.
And I
But
hate the power chair.
look, when I first got the power truck, I didn't like it because I
Right.
kept running into the walls and stuff. Girl, I was hitting everything. But I'm good now until I get to drinking. Then I'm hitting some more stuff.
Girl, I never got used to that power chair. I was running into the walls, the trash can, my mama.
Listen, now I ain't never run into my mama.
I did by accident.
I run into some people, and I won't say it was an accident. I won't say it was on purpose.
They
Just
just got hit.
they just got hit. Now some people it was an accident for real. Like there was,
Right.
but with like in us, I used to say have this saying that I would tell myself and
Mm-hmm.
others, and I was like, you know how the saying like they army strong. That's the army saying we're army strong, and
Right.
I would go, I'm not army strong. I'm circumstantially
Central strong.
strong
Right.
because a lot of men when your circumstances hit, a lot of times that's when you start finding out how strong you are, because you ain't got
Mm-hmm.
no choice but to get up. Because life
Exactly.
still hurt. You still it goes on.
Exactly. Life gonna keep moving while you sitting up trying to figure out, well, how am I gonna lead them? How am I gonna
Exactly.
do this? How am I gonna do that? Cause
Exactly.
and life is double hard for us. And this is the one thing I hate, but I don't know if you get this. People say to you, well, it's somebody out there worse than you are. Okay,
Right.
I get that, but you don't know my life because you're not in my shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Until you step in my shoes, you don't understand how my life, how hard it really and truly is.
It's true.
And
And
I
you
get tired of people
know
telling me that.
what you say?
I get tired of people telling me that. Like, people
Yeah.
got it harder than you.
Yeah. I mean, and it's true.
Right,
There are people who have it harder than me,
right.
but there are some people who don't have it hard as I do. Either way it go, you have your life to live. Just like this, is what I tell people.
Mm-hmm.
When you going through your issues and your problems, do I tell you, well, it could be worse. You could be in a wheelchair. At least you're walking. No, we have our problems. We all have problems.
Right,
Don't disregard my problems because, oh, well, somebody else got it worse than you.
right.
I'm not disregarding yours. I'm going to have issues and I'm going to want to talk about them sometimes. Now, don't dwell in those issues.
Right.
I'm a person, I'll tell everybody, I give myself one day to
Mm-hmm.
go through the problems and all that stuff that I'm going through. If my emotions start getting to me,
Mm-hmm.
you got one day to go through that before the next day. You need
Mm-hmm.
to come with 3 solutions on how you can get over that obstacle that you're going through because I don't believe in
Dwelling.
problems. They're just obstacles that you got to figure out how to get. Now, why this thing tripping? Oh, there you go.
You
They're
don't
just
want you to be great.
obstacles. Yeah, yeah, it's tripping.
But
Just
yeah,
obstacles you got to learn how to get past. That's all.
exactly. And see, I give myself maybe 2 days, 3 days, depend on what I'm actually going through, especially if it's a mental block that I'm going through.
Mm-hmm.
I give myself 3 days. After that third day, I got to get myself,
Got to
dust
get up.
myself off, and keep going because I
Yep.
can't dwell on the stuff that I cannot change.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that. I got to continue to go on and keep trying to fix, or not fix, but keep trying to do better than I did yesterday.
Right.
So, but
And
yeah.
people with us, it's like, oh, you're just in a wheelchair. Which I tell people walking is overrated anyways, because I've done more in the church than I did when I was walking.
Right.
I figured out how to do the things like other people do when they walk.
Hmm.
I've learned how to do all that stuff just in another way. That's
Right.
all it is. You find it another way. But I also tell people, one, my life did not start when I got in a church. Because a
Hmm.
lot of people think like you were 16. Well, 16 years I was on earth before this happened. And then a lot of people, this is just the physical. if you go ahead another year when I was 17,
Mm-hmm.
on the which is crazy because it was the same exact date. I
Mm-hmm.
was celebrating 1 year of being in a wheelchair and surviving being in a wheelchair. And I got a phone call from the hospital saying that I need to go to the doctor immediately because I got a brain tumor. And
Right.
so I'm just like, okay, so this is a bummer. Like, dang, what else? What's next?
Right.
But I mean, it's something that you live with and that you keep pushing through. Most people don't even know, or most people forget. I
Right.
be forgetting that I got a tumor sometimes.
I
It,
forgot you had a tumor.
I can tell by your face.
I was like,
But
wait a minute, what? When did she tell me? I said, okay, yeah. She told me.
I
Yeah, cause I'm
did.
like, yeah,
But
you did. You
because
told me.
most people use think like mine is non-cancerous too. So
Right.
most people you see you think chemo and they got a tumor or it's cancer. Mine's non-cancerous. So I look at that as a blessing. What I'm bringing it up for, yeah, I get headaches sometimes. Yeah,
Right.
I go through things sometimes. It come with its own problems. But it really could be so much worse than what it is. And I'm just like, my sickness, or if you want to call it a sickness or disability, is
Right.
not my identity. Because a lot of
Right.
people like to make that your identity. And I'm like, baby, no. I'm
Right.
a business. I done graduated from college. I don't,
Thank you.
I'm smart. I'm goofy. I like talking to people. So you got so many things that my light shines bright, just like yours. Your light
Right.
shines bright.
Right.
And on top of the business that I got now, which I know I didn't say what it is yet,
Right.
but I'm actually doing a t-shirt company coming out soon. I'm working on my design now, which I kind of got some, but
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be called Beautifully Disabled
Oh
because
wow.
most people, when they think disability, they think, oh Lord, pain or whatever the thing is,
Right.
obstacles, and but I don't want people to look at it like that. Like
Right.
it's beauty behind it too because you learn so much about yourself when
So
you
true.
have to get when you are in one of these situations.
Thank you. Cause I tell people all the time, if you if you had to be in a wheelchair, how would you live your life? How would you go day to day? How would you make money? How would you continue education if you
Exactly.
had to go from not go from walking to not walking? How would you
Right.
figure your life out? Tell
And
me that.
what you just said, like, how would you continue with your, like, with the education part? I didn't even want to go to college because I
What?
think that you can learn in other ways than school. But I did go finish and get my associate's degree. I didn't do that for me. I did it to prove a point that it can be done because I
Amen.
found out the statistics of a person with a disability, even graduating from college. So, and I was like, it's below 50%. It's about 32% of people, minorities at that, with disabilities is less in minorities. But 32% of us actually go and get an associate's degree.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first degree you're going to get, well, besides your diploma. But so I was like, I'm going to get that associate's degree. I got the degree. And then people start saying, you need to go back to school. Mm-mm. For what? That ain't my dream.
They got some. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Girl, I don't want to go back. I was ready for it to be over with when I was getting that degree.
What? Well, I went back. I'm still in school, and I finished in June, graduated in July.
Okay,
So
kudos, congrats. Because I never tell people school is just not for me,
right,
but the people that it's for, that's who it's for. And I'm gonna congratulate you every step of the way because it's milestones that you're reaching, and
exactly.
it ain't easy.
Nope, it really ain't. And
Mm.
people think this mess is easy, but it is not easy.
You
Trying
doing
to go to
online
school
courses?
online, all of us online, cause it's all through Colorado Technical University.
Okay, I
So
hated online courses.
I loved it. I love being online than in the classroom. I really do.
Thank you. I hate it because one, you get more work online, and two, you like I'm a person. I'm a physical and all this type
Right,
of person learner, and just reading and stuff. Like I got ADHD. I'm not gonna
right,
be able to do it.
right. Cause shoot, I mean, cause at first when I first started online, I was like, can I really do this? I'm like, so I did it. I said, okay, this is kind of cool, but I didn't start out going online through
Mm-hmm.
this school. I was already at one school and I
Mm-hmm.
graduated and I had to take online classes. And I had teachers that wouldn't get back to you, just wouldn't say
Mm-hmm.
nothing. And I'm like,
I
what?
tried online. I hated it. That one, they give you more work online than they do in the classroom.
Thank you.
See, school not
Thank
for everybody.
it really ain't. It is not for everybody because some people think online class is easy, and it can be if
It
you
depends on
make
the
it easy.
class
It depends on the class, the teacher,
and the
and the
teacher.
students.
Mm-hmm.
Because some students they think it's easy that they can just get on the computer whenever they want to and do the homework whenever you want to, but you
Right.
still got a deadline when it comes to this homework.
Uh-huh.
And I'm
I
like,
rather see. I was the type. I'm gonna just go ahead and do it now because I ain't trying to play crunch time when it's time to have all this in. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it out the way because teachers like I had a teacher that kept popping freaking test up on us, and we looking like now you done gave us this daggum what's the thing called I give you at the beginning of the year to show you your hardest test?
syllabus.
Yes, you done gave us the syllabus, and you keep popping extra stuff up on her now. Quit playing with my
See what I'm
emotions.
saying?
Hmm.
I had a teacher that did that, and I was in the classroom.
You know what? What was the craziest thing that happened to you while in school dealing with a teacher?
Oh my God. I had a teacher um tell me that I was not going to complete her class. She was
Mm.
going to fail me because I'm lazy.
Mm.
I'm like, bitch, what? You say what? I
On
had to
this.
prove to her she was wrong.
I had a teacher, which I dropped his class though,
Mm,
because it was my first day off up in that class. Um, I went in the class and I had a tape recorder because my fingers wasn't like this quite yet. Like my fingers are partially paralyzed. So they
right,
wasn't this stiff yet to where I could really just hold pens and stuff like that. So
right,
I used a tape recorder to take my notes for me.
right.
I end up leaving to go to the restroom. Now I don't know this school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having to find, and not only am I having to find a bathroom, I'm having to find a wheelchair accessible one because all of them were not. So by the time I got back, I actually got lost. On I actually got lost because the campus was big. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking like I don't know where my classroom is. So I got lost, and then by the time I got back, class was over with, and he locked my stuff all up in the classroom and stuff. I was like, "Hey, I need my stuff up out of there." And then I went in and I realized where's my paperwork? And he was
Right.
like, "Oh, I didn't think you wanted it." And I'm like, "Why wouldn't I want my paper?" And he was like, "Well, you missed the whole classroom." And he was like, "Let me tell you something now. I'm not gonna take it easy on you just because you in that wheelchair. You think you special because you in a wheelchair. Well, you not special to me." And I looked at this
I had that same thing happen to me. I just
girl,
not remember.
girl.
A lot of these teachers, they think that you want special treatment, and you
Mm-hmm.
don't. Now you want special accommodations, but
Accommodations.
not treatment.
And
That's the
then
big
even with
difference.
the accommodations, for the most part, we sometimes turn those down because we be looking like, no, I don't want to be treated special. I want to, I want it to be where it's easy for me to do my stuff, but I don't want people looking at me like, oh, you're only graduating because they had mercy on you. So a lot of times we do end up making it harder on our own selves for trying to be let it be okay for other people. And now, girl, I'll be like, forget other people. I don't even care no more. I'm like, forget them. Shoot, I need a ramp because I can't go. I'm going on the elevator. You
See
go walk the stairs because you got to work your leg. Now, go get in my face.
that part. I'm just like,
Good.
you have got to be kidding me. Like, you really sitting up here trying to give me a hard time. I had one teacher, it was my math teacher. He said to me something about me being in a wheelchair. And he was
Mm,
talking to another student. He was like, Shaquena thinks she's special because she's in that wheelchair. But
mm-mm,
she is no special than anybody else. I'm not going to be hard. I mean, I'm not going to be even on her. Matter of fact, I'm going to be even harder on her.
mm-mm,
I'm gonna make
mm-mm.
I'm gonna make this class even harder on her.
I don't like that.
I'm
Because
like,
I'll tell you
what?
one thing, you going to get a whole fight out of me. That's your job, baby.
See what I'm saying? And somebody was like, well, Shaquana, why don't you call your mama up here? I said, look, I'm not gonna call my mama up here. My mama ain't gonna be here forever. I
I
just
will. Mama. Cause let me tell you something. They don't know us like that and they playing on me. I'm sick of look on my I used to work, I ain't gonna say where I worked at. I'm gonna just say I had a job. I
right.
was there for 4 years.
Mhm.
That last year that I was there, we had
Mhm.
got a new manager. And this manager decided he didn't like me for some reason. And for the first 6 months of him being there, I was gone. Because I had a car wreck. Somebody rear-ended me on the freeway and
Oh
took me
wow.
all the way out of commission. So I was gone for 6 months and I still was not approved after 6 months to go back to work. But I was like, I got bills. I gotta go back to work. And so I went back to work.
Mhm.
And when I went back, I received with so much love. So many people telling me, "Hey, we missed you. Hey, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're okay." All this stuff. And sometimes, like this, what my mama told me, she was like, "Sometimes people just don't like you off the simple fact that other people don't like you.
Mm.
I mean, off the simple fact that other people do like you."
Right.
And that's the only thing I could either that's the reason he don't like me, or it was a dark skinned woman that he liked in high school or something who turned him down or broke his heart and he took it out on me. I don't know what his issue was.
Right.
And like people used to ask me, do you know him? And I ain't never seen this dude before in my life. You sure? Why he seem like he got a personal vendetta against you? I don't
Mm.
know. I don't know him. And I got fired from that job. And I'm tell you why I got fired.
Oh Lord.
Because he could not prove that I had jury duty. And when they told me that, I'm like, okay. Because I had already prayed over it. You got
Mhm.
me lingering for 2 weeks trying to figure out if I'm going to get fired or not. I
Mhm.
prayed and let it go. And the day I got fired, I knew I was gonna get fired that day. And I took off, like I had on like some regular clothes, work
Mhm.
clothes. And then I took them off and I was like, no. I'm putting on a yellow shirt, some white pants, and some white shoes. Because they gonna look at me like, oh, she was a sunshine. She was always positive. She brought a bright light up in this place. So I wore bright colors to
Mhm.
represent the brightness of of my personality.
Right. Right.
And I went in, they had to give me 3 awards before they had to take me in a thing and tell me that I was fired. One was for leading the new project. I had to learn it, then teach it to everybody else. So that one was not only leading it, but teaching it to everybody. And the other one was, oh, because you always have a positive attitude. So I'm looking like, okay. And then that's what I get fired. Like that, not even an hour later, they tell me, "Oh, we gotta let you go." And the first thing I said was, "Thank you, Jesus." And it felt like a big burden just left off my shoulders because I was so tired of that place. I was getting run down. They
Right.
did not care about nothing. It was when I tell you, I actually got so many stories about when I was working there.
Mm.
But and I because I was already had a business idea in my head.
Right.
I'm using their computers. I'm not going to lunch. I'm gonna use your computers to get where I need to go. This is just a stepping stone.
Yeah.
So when they was like, "Oh, you're gone," I got money saved up. I got a 401k. That'll pay my bills for a few months. Let me go and start working on this business for real. I ain't got nothing but time now.
Right. And you put your money where your mouth was at, literally.
And I
Yeah, you refuse.
refuse to go back to work
I
for
don't blame you.
anybody.
Shoot, cause with me, I would be with this program called vocational rehab where they supposed to
Mm-hmm.
send you out on jobs, help you get jobs and this, that, and the other. And
Mm-hmm.
I would go on these jobs trying to, on these interviews to get a job. Would nobody never call me back. My
Yep.
my my resumes was on point. Up to date and everything. And I would call to check on the job and everything. And when I call, check up on the job, they say, "Oh, we hired somebody else more
Mm-hmm.
qualified." I'm like, "What you
I
mean more
went through that
qualified?"
too.
I'm like,
Um,
and I couldn't
and I
prove.
went through a vocational rehab too. We got that here in Texas too.
See what I'm saying? And I couldn't prove that they was discriminating against me because I was in the wheelchair. I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
prove that. So I had to eat that.
Yeah.
I had to deal with that.
See, the reason I knew that it was discriminating is because I would do the phone interview and stuff like that. And
Mm,
they, oh yeah, I want to come meet you. Like you sound like positive and all that stuff. So I go, and as soon as they see me, it's like a ghost. Like,
mm,
wait, what? And I'm just looking like, give me the chance. And you'll see you not make the mistake. And then I had at the job that I just told you about that I work at, the person who hired me
mm-hmm,
after my 3 month trial was over with and they gave
mm-hmm,
me the full-time position, she pulled me in the office and she was like, I just want to tell you this. I'm so pleasantly surprised that you're here. And
mm-hmm,
she was like, I want to be honest with you. The reason why I made you interview twice is because I didn't know what to do with you. I have never had anyone on a wheelchair come and try to get a job for me. So I didn't know what position to put you in or anything. So I just didn't give you the job. And she was like, but your attitude was so good. I was just thinking, let me bring her in for another interview, but I'm going to have some of my peers interview you, which
mm-hmm,
she did. She had three of her peers interview me that second time.
mm-hmm.
And one of them was like, if it was up to me, you got the job. And he was like, but it's not up to me. So I'm going to have to go to her and tell her. And so then I got the job. And then after I got that job, I'll bust my butt because she would not let me out of a position where it's flipping papers and stuffing them in the envelope. And I was like, I'm not gonna sit here all day. You can change my positions. I want to do other stuff.
Right,
Stop just putting me in a box. And I hate when people try to put us in boxes.
right,
And so I fought tooth and nail, and it was other wheelchairs that was hard too. I fought tooth and nail, put
right.
me in another position, and I started climbing my way up to get these leadership positions. And then I became a trainer to other people.
Mm-hmm,
And I remember this one woman, shout out to Cynthia. She came to me and she was like, thank you so much, Shae. And I was like, for what? And she was like, because I've been sitting on the tables for so long, I never thought that I could do any other position than the one that they put me in.
right.
And I was like, I don't accept what other people tell me I can do or can't do. I don't accept those things. You
Exactly. Don't ever let
what the
nobody put
Bible say, I could do all things through
things through Christ.
Christ who strengthens me.
Exactly.
Mm.
Cause girl, cause if you let somebody put you in a box and tell you what you can and cannot do, you gonna stay stuck
You
in
know,
that box that
yep.
man put you in.
Because people can't see, and I was saying it earlier, I ain't even finished my sentence. People can't see, like, they can't, like I said, they can't imagine themselves being in a wheelchair, right?
Right.
But 9 times out of 10, if even if they can picture themselves in a truck, a lot of times people can't see you going anywhere further than what you're doing because they can't see themselves going that far. They
And
put and they project those limitations on you. They
right.
don't realize it. Some people do realize it. Some people don't want you to go any further than what you are. But there are some people who just don't realize that they're placing limitations on you because they can't even picture themselves doing it.
That part. Cause when I was in college, I had this one guy that kept, you know, picking at me and
Mm-hmm.
saying stuff about me because I'm in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
So they had nursing class. I mean, no, the nursing program. So this one lady that taught the class, or taught the whole program really, overheard him always saying negative stuff about me. So
Mm-hmm.
she said, well, since you want to pick at her every day, I'm going to make you see exactly what life is like as a person in a wheelchair. I want you to sit in this wheelchair all day. I want you to go to the bathroom and not stand. I want you to scoop from your chair onto the toilet. And it was a guy
Mm-hmm.
now. He had to figure out how to use the bathroom. He had to figure out how to pull his pants up and down. He had to figure out how he was getting the stall.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
Cause
the same
yeah,
handicap. See?
even getting through the bathroom door is an obstacle. Cause all of them don't have them buttons, and then most of the time, some buttons don't even be working.
See?
Yeah. See, I
See?
had this guy. Well, I had a bunch of different run-ins
Mm-hmm.
from. It was a guy, right? It was one of his homeboys was trying to talk to me, and he was just like, "Hey, like, let me holler at you." And he ran to catch up with me because this truck got some speed to it. This is why I like the power turn. So he ran to catch me, and I turned around. I was like, "Yeah," and then we end up walking back towards his car. So
Mm-hmm.
I went over by his car and was just talking to him. His homeboy came out and went, "Why you trying to talk to her? She can't even have sex." And I said, "Are you telling me I can't have sex, or are you asking me?"
Facts.
And people will assume your whole dang on life. And I'm just looking like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I get the same thing. I get the exact same thing. Now, have
Mm-hmm.
you ever had a guy tell you that he would never date you because you are in a wheelchair, or he don't want to be seen with you because you're in a wheelchair? Have you ever gotten that?
I don't know. I don't think nobody that bold to tell me no bull like that.
I've
Girl,
gotten
this
that.
bounced on me. I'll act the fool.
I've gotten it, and I've almost had to hurt somebody for them saying
Child.
that messed up. I'm like, wait a minute, you don't want to be seen with me? What? I'm like, you ain't even all that cute. So
And you know not to tell. Girl, you know don't tell me that. Because you know I'm quick to call them.
thank
Call them
you.
Shaq. Because we finna have.
And this was when I was much younger. And I'm sitting up there saying to myself, you don't realize. Like, come on. And then people, like you said, gets in your trying to tell you your whole life about
Mm-hmm.
you can't even have sex. How you know? You're not in my body. You
Right.
know what I'm capable of.
You have people who assume your injuries. Like, I heard when I was in college,
Mm-hmm.
I rode past this white lady.
Mm-hmm.
And she went, "Hey." And I said, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm still moving because I'm thinking she just speaking. And she went, "Hey, hey, hey, can I ask you a question?" I was like, "Yeah." She went, "Where are you from?" And I was thinking, okay, that's just an odd random question, but I'm from Dallas. And she was like, "I know Dallas, but like location, like." And I went, "Oh well, I claim both Oak Cliff and North Dallas because I lived in both about equal amount of times."
Okay.
And she was like, "Okay." And she was like, "Oak Cliff, okay. Did you get shot?" I I said, "Excuse me?" She said, "Yeah, did you get shot?" I said, "Because I'm in a wheelchair and you pin my location to what you deem as a hood,"
I was just
which
about
I
to say,
actually grew up in a very good side of that hood area.
right.
So, and I was like, "So you assume I got shot instead of asking me, hey, may I ask you what happened?" And I almost went off on her, but I was like, it's an educational moment right now. Let
Exactly.
me teach this little privileged white lady, Miss White Ma'am. You should have asked me. I said that was very rude and very ignorant on your part for you to assume that I was shot. I said I was in a car wreck, if you must know. I said, next time you come up to somebody and you are curious, I said, I don't mind people asking me. I want you to ask me. Because
Right.
you do get a lot of people who just stare at you and want to ask you questions but don't know what to do. And I'm really like I'm open. I really want people to come up to me and ask me because y'all they don't know. We live like when I tell you I be living life just like them, and I done had friends tell me, "Dang, you be doing more than me. Like you all, I be on roller coasters. I be with my like this summer. Yeah, this past summer, 4 wheelers,
I
fishing,
seen that.
kayaking.
I ain't doing that. You can have that. You had it.
Look, the water. Look, once I'm tell you what. Well, I ain't never really been scared of water, but I really don't like water that I can't see through.
Thank you.
But I didn't have a choice because I wanted to get on the jet skis real bad. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like, forget the fact that I can't see through this water. I'm getting on that jet ski.
Right.
And that's where my fear ended. Cause I got on the jet ski and yeah, you nervous because you think, oh, it's gonna take off, it's gonna go fast.
Right.
Baby, let me tell you, that jet ski, when they took off, that jet ski went that way and my body went that way. And somebody had to come rescue me out that water. And I was still like, I'm finna go again. We gonna get over this. So I'm a daredevil at heart. I realize that and what I realized is this wheelchair actually took some limitations off of me because I'm looking like, shoot, anything can happen anywhere. Might as well live and enjoy your life.
Exactly. And people ask me, Shaquena, have you ever been on a roller coaster? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And have
plenty of
peed on
times.
myself on that roller coaster. Okay.
Shut up.
I got so scared, girl. That thing started off on slow and then it started going
No,
fast.
man.
My balance said, bitch, we about to go loose.
We going.
It's going. Girl, look. But
No, man.
I get on another one. I don't mind. Even though
You
I
know, I
said,
wouldn't have let you live that damn. I'm like, Mo, she over here peeing. She's scared, bro.
man, my biological mama did not let me live down for a good 3 years. She told
Yeah,
everybody.
you know, black folks, we don't let you live nothing down.
Nothing.
Not embarrassment, not embarrassing moments.
Every time I woke up, my eye could have been just like this. My mama called my mama called me a pissy pole cat. Every time I said, really? Come on, well, you
Oh,
shouldn't have
y'all
peed.
so country.
You shouldn't have peed. I said, well, the ride shouldn't have been that damn fast. Hell,
That's the fun in it.
shit. Well,
Especially like, cause you know, back in the day, well, I don't know, cause you in Georgia, y'all probably got different roller coasters than us.
girl, we got
Which
some.
I do want to visit down there one day.
Girl, we got some roller coasters that just ain't trying to mess with them.
Girl, I used to want a job
Mm-hmm.
going to be able to ride all of the scariest roller coasters. But then, you know, I've been seeing some videos lately where the rides falling apart and stuff. And
Thank you.
in middle school, we had a ride stop on us. Now, I was walking at this time, so I'm okay with that happening when I'm walking. Because we had to get off the ride, climb down it. It would
What?
stop. It was just, and it's called the Runaway Mountain. That ride is in the dark. Like you go, so they had to turn some lights on inside the little thing because we was in pitch black, just leaning like this. Like what happened? And there we all scared. Oh, it's dark in here. And then they turned the lights on, and I was like, what happened?
I would have freaked the hell out. Okay. I would have been hollering, get me off.
Panicking
Get
ain't gonna do
me off.
nothing.
I know this, but my brain will be like, girl, panic, quick.
I'm
Panic.
not a panicker. I'm not a panicker at all.
Girl, I is. I would panic a bit out. Enjoying all the inspiring, funny, and
Thank
good.
you.
You welcome, girl. But that mess is, girl. But I just tell people it don't matter if you are in a wheelchair or not. Enjoy
Hmm.
life, but
Enjoy your
respect
life.
those that are in a wheelchair.
Hmm.
Like,
Respect though, because respect people, period. Which
ex-
I am a firm believer in.
right,
You have to give it to get it. So,
exactly.
but respect people, period.
Mm-hmm.
Which to me, you have to give it to get it. I have to respect myself first before I
Right,
can respect anybody else. So I'm already giving it to myself.
right.
And which means I should be getting it from you because I'm gonna give it back to you. But where was I finna go with that? I lost my train of thought.
Girl, it'll gonna come back to you.
It will.
Cause we were just talking about respect and everything and respecting each other, and I was just basically saying that,
Oh,
yeah,
there you go. You
there you
said
go.
respect people in wheelchairs, and I'm like respect people. Period.
Right.
And I'm gonna be real with you. I done met some folks in wheelchairs. Like I see why they talk to you like they talk to you. I see why they don't have no. They don't. I had, and it was one girl who had a disability that I knew,
Mm,
but she she wasn't in a wheelchair.
mm,
And I told her one day, because I ain't like it, don't get me wrong,
mm.
but I had enough respect for myself to know, baby, you ain't even on my level. And let me go and tell you this. One day, you going to meet somebody who don't give a damn about you having a disability, and they
Thank
going to
you.
knock your ass out. You playing
Thank
with the
you.
right one. Well, yeah. Only reason why you playing with the right one today is because
But
we both work at the same location, and I ain't trying
see,
to lose my job. So, but the minute you get me where I don't care,
mm,
like I'm nice, and I get told that a lot. Oh, you're so sweet, and I used to hate being called sweet because I saw it as a weakness and not a strength.
right.
Which now I see weak. I see it as a strength.
Mm,
Like it takes a lot to be sweet. I'm gonna just be real. The world ain't so pretty. So it
nope.
takes a lot to still have a positive, good attitude in a place that's dark as hell.
I mean, real dog.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't know who's for you, who's not for you. You don't know who gonna rock with you, who gonna turn on you. You just
And that's why
never
you rock
know.
with yourself. And whoever come, whoever don't, and you don't care. And you ask God for discernment to knowing who is who in your life. And I ask him, like, girl, let me tell you something. I went through some hurts before where people done, it seemed like they done got up and left. Like when I say a hurt, I had somebody I consider a best friend. And when I say a best friend, I've been knowing you since I was a child,
See?
growing up, hitting puberty together and all this stuff. And when I say that man walked out my life, and we full grown by the time he decided he finally gonna go and go. And when I say I done cried and cried and cried and cried and cried, not my man, but a friend. Like
Right.
people don't realize friendships can hit you just as hard as losing the love of your life.
Thank
So
you.
when I say I cried so hard, but then I thought about it and I was talking to the Lord and he said, oh, you prayed him out. Remember, you asked me to remove those who didn't have no good for you. You asked me if you didn't have the strength for me to go ahead and do it. So I put it on his heart to leave you because you didn't have the strength to do it.
Right.
And that's why I settled with my peace at with it. Though I do still get sad sometimes, but if it was up to me, he wasn't going nowhere. So sometimes you pray people out your life.
Mm, yeah, you do. Cause sometimes you just get tired, your body get
Mm-hmm.
weak, your mind get weary, and God gonna bring you to your knees, and
Mm-hmm.
He gonna make you pray and say, God, take the people out of my life that don't mean me no good.
Yep. And the crazy thing is, you don't even be some of these people now. Some of them you know they gotta go.
Right,
Sometimes you just don't have the strength to get rid of them.
right,
But some of them you don't even be knowing
right.
that this is a
They need
person
to
who
go.
don't mean you well and they need to go. You looking like, no, that's my dog. What you
Right,
mean? We
like what?
always have a good time. And you looking like, yeah, but you don't know what they saying behind your back.
Thank you.
And what I say is, like, somebody asked me, do you know what that person said about you or how they feel or like I've been asked, have I ever been cheated on?
Mm-hmm.
And my answer is, as far as I know, no.
No.
But if they did, it ain't my business no more because I'm not even with that person. So why would I go digging up bones that's probably gonna get me hurt?
See what I'm saying?
Which even if it come out today, it's probably not gonna hurt me because I'm over you. So
Exactly, and it's old. Cause shoot, I
yeah.
mean, it is what it is. Now, as far as comedy, what attracted you to comedy?
Because laughter is truly medicine. When I tell you, I grew up goofy, and I laugh at everything. Like I fell out my wheelchair before, and then went live on Facebook. Like y'all, I'm waiting on somebody to come pick me up off this ground. I done fell, and I have people who come and just laugh with me and be like, "Girl, you crazy? You
Right.
sitting on the ground? You still on the ground?" Uh huh. They come get me. So when you learn how, I realize life ain't so hard when you learn to laugh at yourself.
Thank
And,
you.
and so that's where I get like my first time going to a comedy show,
Mhm.
I saw a kid.
Mhm.
And when I forgot the three people who came out before him,
Mhm.
but they were hilarious, and then he was funny too.
Mhm.
And that just after that comedy show, it was just like I like this. I
Right.
need to watch comedy shows. I need to go to comedy shows. And then D-Lay was the next one I went to. And he was hilarious. I love me some D-Lay now. And to realize like the reason why comedy is so good is
Mhm.
because 9 times out of 10, 70% of a joke is the truth. You know? And so, in a lot of times when comedians tell their jokes, it's very relatable. Even if you haven't gone through that exact situation, you can somewhat relate to it in
Right.
ways to your own life.
Ex-
So it fills your heart and your soul with, joy. And y'all are laughing at each other and stuff in the situation.
Exactly.
So that is why I really like comedy. And most comedians, if you
Mhm.
really like listen to them and their backstories and stuff, you'll realize most comedians actually done went through trauma and pain and that's where their jokes come from.
Exactly. That's where
I
it
think
comes
that's
from.
a lot of black people thing too, because like the slaves and stuff, they sang
Mhm.
Negro spirituals. Like that's where Negro spirituals, you find joy out of places of misery
Right.
sometimes. And that's what keep you holding on to life.
That's
And that's what comedy became for me.
right. And I say the same thing because when I was a kid, comedy was my saving grace.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could have been gone long
Mm-hmm.
time ago, but comedy, I tell people all the time, comedy gonna save your life if you just give it a chance. Because
Or
comedy is
whatever.
medicine.
Yep. It's and whatever. Like me, I'm not a comedian. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just talk and a lot of people laugh.
Right.
And
I'm
I
a
don't be
comedian in
knowing what
training,
I be
y'all.
saying sometimes.
Right.
Just people find it funny. Like,
Right.
and that's why I say, like, I'm an influencer. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm your cousin, like big cousin, little cousin. I'm cousin,
Right.
but because I just talk, I don't do punchlines. I don't get up on the stage and you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna
Right.
just talk
Right.
because I know my lane. Now the
Right.
people who not funny, them comedians who ain't funny, it's because they ain't learned their lane.
That's true. That is so true. Cause I done did two comedy shows already. My first one,
Really?
my first one was last year, but the
Mm-hmm.
video got deleted by accident, and then I did
Oh,
my second one in January of this year. I still got that one on my YouTube
real?
channel.
I need to see these.
I'm
It's
gonna
on
send.
YouTube. Okay.
It's
After this,
unlisted,
I'm
but I'm
going
gonna
to
send it to
watch.
you.
Okay.
But girl, yeah, I
'Cause
did. I did comedy
I didn't
twice,
know. You gotta start telling me.
and I do my third comedy show in March.
In March, okay.
I just ain't announced it yet
Okay.
because it's gonna be me and
Oh, y'all
Armani.
getting exclusives.
Exactly, because it's gonna be me and Armani in March in Atlanta.
Okay. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. I
I'm so
mean,
proud.
and everybody asked me, like, "What's Shaquena? Why you ain't tell nobody you want to be a comedian?" Because I did not want nobody, no comedians that's been in the business for 10 plus years, thinking who this wheelchair girl? She coming in trying to do what we do, and she might not even be funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to get out of my own head. I had
Yeah.
to be like, I'm good enough.
Yeah.
I had to
Because no matter
realize,
what industry you hit, it don't even matter if it's a vet or not. Because some people who just now they trying to get to the same road you trying to get through, a lot
mm-hmm,
of them start thinking, let me put them down and discourage them because and you be looking, it's enough for money and stuff food out here for us to all eat, but that crabs in the barrel mentality is so many people who have that, where
right,
it's like I'm gonna climb over you and push you down
right, right,
when no, there is strength in numbers. If we stop
right.
trying to put each other down and just help each other up,
Mm-hmm.
then we'll actually be some freaking where.
Thank you. Cause shoot, I even sent Delay my second show because I told him my first show got deleted by accident.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Oh man." So when Armani called me up to do the second time, I said,
Mm-hmm.
"This fool him." So he
Mm-hmm.
called me up to do the second show, and it was one of his shows, and we streamed it on my YouTube channel.
That's what's
So,
up.
so I said, well, I think the first person to help me get into comedy, and then I thank him for giving me a chance to do it the second time because
Right.
it wasn't recorded.
Yeah,
So
good.
I sent the second show to Delay. I said, oh my God, girl, Delay.
Because you know delay is extremely honest.
Ooh, girl, I was like, please Jesus. So it took him a couple days to get back to me because he's so
Mm-hmm.
busy.
Mm-hmm.
He said that was some good shit. He said, now that's hilarious. He said,
Good.
keep going.
Good.
He like,
Okay.
oh,
Yay.
thank you, Jesus. Cause
Yay.
I'm sitting up here, I'm just like this. I'm just scared. I'm like, man,
Nervous for no reason.
I'm nervous because that's Delay though.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, he is brutally honest.
Honest.
He gonna tell you like it is, and he's not telling you just to hurt. He's not telling you to be malicious.
Mm-hmm.
He's not telling you to hurt your feelings. He just
Right.
if you don't do this, he wants you to do it and do it to the best of your ability.
Yep.
Comedy
I
ain't nothing
have
to play with.
so much respect for him
Right.
because I met D-Lay before the pandemic.
Me too.
Like probably and when I came out to see him, like I
Mm-hmm.
hadn't seen him but online.
Right.
And he knew exactly who I was. And
Right.
he just hey with open arms. And then, we did the Delays Delights, which
Right.
we didn't have their name at first at all.
Right.
But and it was like he wanted his
Mm-hmm.
vision was to take a group of women who
Mm-hmm.
I see y'all supporting me and put them together in different cities, different states, all of it, and just let us have our own thing, which
Right.
we do.
Right.
And it's beautiful. It's a sisterhood. And then he must be in turn women apart. But and there's that, and then you see him, he's
Mm-hmm.
still like when I want advice sometimes, I know I can reach out to him and
Right.
he'll give it to me. So, and like you just said, you see him your set and he gave you advice and told you how you feel.
Right.
So, and, a lot of people get to his level and become too big for their britches and forget that, well, the same way we're entertained by you, you need us just as much as we need you.
Exactly.
Because who's gonna watch your stuff? If we all decide we don't like you, now it is somebody in the industry who I don't particularly like. I won't say their names at all. I will never say who it is.
Right.
Um, because I had a bad run in with this person, and I was just like, that person will no longer get my support, and it was a picture posted of me with this person, and people asked me, so how did you like them? How did you like them? And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, they was cool, and I left it at that. I ain't say nothing more, nothing less. You won't get
Right.
no more or nothing. I'm not gonna drag your name. I'm not gonna dog your name
Mm-hmm.
because when God ready to take you down and he ready, I know the role I play. I know the position I'm in. I
Right.
will never look to tear anybody down, and because they're the same as me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
Even though a lot of people like that was an asshole, you need to say something. That didn't do nothing to harm me. That
Mm-hmm.
was just being a jerk. And
Right.
I'm like, when it's time for them to get humbled, they will be humbled. But I know other people will take it and run with it. If I say something
Mm-hmm.
and the punishment ain't gonna fit the crime, it's
Right.
gonna their whole career probably be damaged because she's in a wheelchair. Oh no, we don't play about the wheelchair, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I will never do it, especially you being my color.
Right.
It's we already have a hard enough time as it is. And I hope one day they see it. I won't even say whether it's a woman or a man. But I
Right.
will say, I hope one day they see it
Mm-hmm.
or see me interviewing or something and I say this and they say, you know what, I remember her and she right, I was a jerk. Let
Right.
me fix that so I won't be a jerk to nobody else. Cause
Exactly.
I see that she held on to that. Cause I did, like, hold up. I paid money to see your ugly ass.
That's right. Shoot, because my first comedy show was supposed to be when I was in the 7th grade. But something
Really?
happened. Something happened. I was supposed to go with a homegirl of mine, and she was in the wheelchair as well. And
Mm-hmm.
something happened where I couldn't go. And for the life of me, Shae, I cannot remember this comedian's name. I wish I could. But I was supposed to go to the comedy show with her. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't go. I let her know maybe a couple days before so she can sell my ticket because she had
Mm-hmm.
bought both of our tickets. So, and the show was on that Friday. I didn't talk to her till that maybe Saturday, Sunday. I asked her how the show went. Girl, why I do that? That girl bust out crying on the phone.
What happened?
She said first of all, she sat in the front row.
Mm-hmm.
The comedian was talking, just talking, doing what comedians do, and he beamed in on her and saw her in that wheelchair and
Mm.
laid in on her for a good 5 minutes about being in the wheelchair. And it hurt her so bad.
Girl, see, I look.
I'm so mad I didn't go with her.
I know, me too. I don't even know her. I
See
didn't
what
even
I'm
know
saying?
you then.
See?
Look,
And I'm like,
look.
wait, what?
I kind of, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I get a thrill out of humbling somebody who think you better than me. Let
Thank
me
you.
show you something.
Thank you.
But and the thing is, it's funny because I really am like I know I hate the word sweet. I really am a sweet person,
Me
and
too.
I've been getting told this since I was little. Oh my gosh,
Mm-hmm.
you're so sweet, and I'm just I got called that yesterday, girl. I was like, yuck. I said, if you can't tell, I don't like that word. I'm a gangster. And he started laughing at me like, girl, you ain't no gangster.
Oh,
But
no, he's a
some
gangster.
stuff I just don't have a tolerance for.
Me
Don't
neither.
pick on nobody.
See what I'm saying? And he picked on her and he got booed. And people wanted their money back.
Oh, oh, well, I ain't need to be there. Sure, he got what he deserved.
Yeah, and wanted their money back. And they had to
Mm-hmm.
get their money back
Good,
because of how he treated her. Because
good.
she was minding her business, laughing like everybody else. And you beamed in on her.
And this what I want to say. Like, don't think that you can't make jokes with us and
Because you
poke
can't.
fun at it, cause I don't mind it at all. But it's a certain way you
That you
joking.
do it.
Like you can, girl, I ride that truck. You know what I'm saying? You can say
See?
whatever.
See?
But if you
See?
getting like to sensitive stuff that you know cutting, nah, playboy, cause I ain't gonna even have no jokes coming back at you. I'm acting a fool on you, and I'm calling some people.
See what I'm saying?
Hold up, cause he don't know who he dealing with. Let me call my cousin right quick.
Thank you. And see, with me is, I don't allow everybody to joke with me. I just
Mm,
don't. Certain
I
people,
do.
certain people I allow to joke with me. If I don't know you, if I have never sat down and had a conversation with you, you cannot crack not one joke on me if I've never had a conversation with
Really? Girl grew up in the hood. You
you.
could,
No,
well,
ma'am.
that's love.
Hell no. I will let you crack a joke on me. I will let Pint crack a joke on me. I will let Delay, Damn Fool. I will let Ali Sadiq, Armani. I mean, these are people that I've had conversations with.
Mm-hmm.
If I have never had a conversation with you and we have never joked around with each other, no, you cannot, because you don't know what's gonna set me off.
Right.
So
See,
get
for
to know me
me,
first.
you could crack a joke with me because I can take a joke, but
And
I can give one back too.
right,
So if you joking with me and stuff like that, see, I my thing is if you can dish it, you damn well better be
better be
able to
able to
take it.
take it.
I cannot stand people who dish stuff, dish stuff, dish stuff. Like there's a lot of people in this world who like to go off on people and act crazy and stuff. But I'm gonna tell you now, I have a breaking point. See, I don't. If you go off on me, I don't necessarily go off on you back right
Right,
away. I might tell you, you need to get your mind right. You tripping. And I'm
right,
gonna give you some warnings before I act a fool. But if
right,
you just keep pushing them buttons, all to act up, and you
right.
gonna cry, or you gonna feel away, or you gonna get mad at me, you gonna want to. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you like I told a friend.
Mm-hmm.
This one was about her, man, but this is an example that you can see on how my mouthpiece is. But that's why I don't use it all the time. I
Right.
said, if you are in a relationship, right, and you come to me about your partner, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel like disrespect, you don't want me to say what I need to say because I'm gonna have you broken up and single. I'm gonna have him so mad at you of what just came out of what I'm telling you to say back. I'm gonna have him. He probably gonna be mad at you. He probably gonna slap the f. He probably gonna slap your ass. That's for how much I'm finna say to him. I'm gonna hurt your pride. If you
Right.
take me there, I'm going to look. I will send you some of my Facebook memories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Facebook will remind you of how far you truly done came from.
Hey,
Because, girl, I was going out on people at one point in time. And and then this is why so much can't get to me though.
mm,
Because when I look at those memories, I be looking like, dang, I was going off on somebody. Who was I talking to? And for the life of me, I can't tell you who I was mad at or why I was mad at them.
there was so
So
long
I'm
ago.
like, why do I'm not gonna let nobody get to me no more in life because it's what 1 year, 5 years, whatever years later, and it's irrelevant. It don't even matter no more. So
It
why
really
let you
don't.
get me that mad? And it
And
ain't gonna even matter in 2 years.
you right here having a bad headache, wondering why
Right,
your eye twitching, your eyes won't stop. Girl,
right.
cause I
And
find it with my memories.
my tumor that I was talking about earlier, my brain tumor, it's a hormonal tumor.
Right.
So emotions can set that mug off.
I
So I
remember
make
you
sure
telling
that I'm good.
I remember you telling me that because I was
Hmm.
like, girl, calm down. Because I remember one time I was talking with you, you talking about my head hurt. I said, girl, please calm down.
Yeah, look,
Ooh,
cause I don't like when people mess with you now.
I know that's right. Because, girl, I was on the phone with you and somebody had made me mad. And I don't know why I told you somebody made me mad. I said, oh, shit. I'm fucked up.
That's what look, I'll tell you because I'm a twin.
Right.
So my sister, she used to refuse to tell me, especially when we was both still walking.
Mm,
She's still walking, but I'm not. But
right.
when we was walking and stuff,
Mm,
oh, my sister ain't never had a fight before in her life. Still, since that, my sister ain't never fought. Cause I'm
you
like,
have.
I ain't no fighter like that. Like, I will fight you, but I
Mm,
ain't gonna look to start no fight with you.
that part.
But and even if you just trying to fight me, like me and you get into it, you trying to fight me, I have a mindset where let's just calm down. It ain't even worth all that.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? I'm not scared or nothing, but
Right.
it's just my maturity sometimes just kick in and I'm like, yeah, it ain't worth all that. But if my sister or my brother or somebody, ain't no talking me down. We finna fight right now. You don't mess with my people. That's my sister. And my sister used to hate telling me stuff because she like, calm down. It wasn't even that deep. But they made you mad. And so it's just like
I'm
it,
like that right now. Ooh, I'm like that right now. Ooh, girl. People, I mean, my family hates, especially my brother or
mm-hmm.
my best friend I call my sister. They hate telling me somebody done said something wrong to me. Because they know it will set me off. They be like, should I tell Shaquena this? Should I? And then when I
See,
find out somebody else, I'm going off.
I don't calm down a whole lot.
Well, that's
So
good.
even if my sister come tell me something right now,
Mm-hmm.
I want her to hear the whole thing. Probably. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it depends. If she come tell me somebody tried to hit her, oh, it's a problem. It's a whole problem out here in these streets. But for me, and then a lot of times I be like, "Man, we grown. We in our 30s. We white. Well, I'm in my 30s.
I'm in my foot.
Uh, we way too grown for this. It's time to look, boss up. Cause that's the name of my
Mm-hmm.
company. It's Bossed Up Transports. And it
Talk about it.
boss up. It was just
Talk about
like,
it. Talk about the company, girl. Talk about
okay. So the company that I started is a transportation company.
it. Mm-hmm.
It is because it's kind of like Uber, but it's not at the same time.
Right.
One. it's for everybody because I
Right.
don't want people to think, oh, that they can't call,
Right.
and book a ride.
Right.
You can, but
Mhm.
it is wheelchair accessible.
Right.
So therefore, if you're like, if you're in a
Mhm.
wheelchair, if you needed a ride, you can call the company and you
Mhm.
can say, hey, I need a ride from here to here.
Mhm.
Okay, and you can book
Mhm.
for. You want to book a month in advance? Okay, you can book for the whole month if you need be.
Okay.
But what made me come up with the company is because I don't live on the bus line. I was in a
Right.
car wreck. My car got totaled,
Mhm.
and I'm used to going out and doing stuff,
Right.
and I couldn't do anything. I felt like a prisoner in my own house because I want to go. I'm I can't go anywhere.
Right.
And it was like that since I was 19. When I was 19, I was stuck in the house
Right.
because we had moved from the inner city to suburbs. And we don't have no way to get I don't have a way to get around. I gotta wait for somebody to come put me in the car
Right.
and then break my wheelchair down. But I'm seeing my mama back hurting and stuff. So I'm like, no. So in my mind, I gotta learn how to drive. And
Right.
then we even wrote the city, letting them know, hey, we need a bus line. They said, we don't want the traffic. So no, we're not gonna approve no bus line out there. We understand you in a wheelchair and you have some circumstances, but we're not gonna help you. We're not gonna fix that. And I
Can't
was
blame him.
when I got up there because at first I was just depressed about it.
Right.
Then I started driving my own car, learn
Right.
how to drive, driving and stuff. Then that car wreck happened, totaled my stuff out,
Mhm.
and I'm just like, man, something's got to give.
Right.
Okay, they say they don't want the traffic from a bus or whatever. They're gonna have it one way or another. I'll pocket the money.
Mhm.
And I even had a situation where a homegirl of mine invited me to the 4th of July to look at fireworks,
Mhm.
but the bus line of where she was living stopped at 10. So the fireworks hadn't even gone off yet,
Mhm.
and she had to leave. So I was able to stay and watch them, but both of the wheelchairs could fit in my car.
Mhm.
So I was able to stay and watch them. She had to go. I just had to videotape them and send them to her.
Oh wow.
So I was like, nah, something gotta give. Something gotta give. So I started a company. And where it's like, okay, we'll take that. I'll book you.
Right.
We'll drive you around. So that's the company that I started
So
alongside the t-shirt company.
so how long have you been in business with this service that you have and
It actually has not been long at all. It was last year when I had been the idea of been stupid for a while,
right, right,
but last year we actually started taking clients and driving people.
right.
So I would say about mm, what month we in February?
Even February.
About out close to 6 months.
Oh, girl, you would think y'all you been in business for a long time. Well, girl, I am proud of you because I
Fresh.
remember when you had the idea, and I was like, okay, that
Yeah.
sounds good.
Thank you.
So what other states do you plan on being in, or you just plan on staying in?
I plan on expanding.
Okay,
One now, what we need more cars, more
right,
workers, because I feel like it's not just for us; it's
right,
also job opportunities.
right,
So we need more cars. Like if anybody knows somebody who donates cars or trucks or anything,
mhm,
please let them know.
right,
They hit me up because we need it.
right,
And I'm in Dallas. So Dallas, of course, I want more cars in Dallas. Then
right,
I want to expand to Houston because
right,
that's another major city and somewhere I actually like going.
right.
And then I want Georgia, and then I want Florida. I want California because California is the number one. It has the most wheelchairs in it.
Yes, it
So
does.
California. I don't know about New York.
Me neither.
Um, I have a friend out in New York, and they have some a sort of kind of taxi that gets them in and out. So she's in the church too.
Okay,
So they kind of have something in New York already,
right, right.
but it's so cluttered and stuff. But more than likely, I want to eventually hit all 50 states. To be honest with you, Well, I ain't gonna say all 50 because some of them don't really have nothing in it. So you probably won't even make no money. It probably ain't even no wheelchairs already.
Right, right.
So,
You just
but,
had to you had to just play it by ear when it comes.
right. But
Okay.
as far as right now goes, all the major cities,
Mhm.
I want to put, I want to expand to all the major cities.
But that ain't bad, Shay. I mean, cause when you first, like I said, when I first heard the idea, cause I'm sitting up here, I'm listening at your idea. I'm like, okay, I can see that. I'm like, okay, all
It's
right.
hard. I ain't gonna lie, it's hard to do.
I'm like, okay, cause I was so proud. Hey, ready? I mean, I was so proud to hear
Mm-hmm.
that you had this idea, and I'm like, I'm with it. I'm with this idea because we need something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I
You
knew you
gave
was
me the
gonna start
support.
in Dallas, and I knew that you was gonna expand to Houston, and I just cannot wait till it comes to Georgia because we need something like that
Thank
here
you.
because it is so dangerous for people like me to actually get in an Uber
Mm-hmm.
cause we don't we cause I mean it's really dangerous and with me knowing you if you did expand here in Georgia, I know that this is your company
Mm-hmm.
and you're not gonna hire junk. You're gonna hire the
Exactly.
best.
Exactly.
So
And the other is because, like you said, with the Uber thing, that took, like, I'm in a power chair.
right.
My chair ain't going in no Uber because that's somebody else's car. That car is not equipped to take this chair. So
Exactly.
that was another thing I thought about. And then another thing was I had a situation where me and my homegirl, we went to this event where
Mm-hmm.
it had jet skis and all this different kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that's neither here nor there. But we went to this event, we all leaving. I'm getting ready to go and stuff like that. And I realized she's still here. And I'm like, hey, where your Uber at? And she was like, oh, I had to call another one because the person who came was like, oh, I'm not helping you get in my car. If you can't get in there by yourself, then you need to call somebody else. And left her sitting right there and drove off. So she had to call another Uber. And you tell them that you're in a wheelchair before they get there.
So
But
why did
that
you
person,
come
right, exactly.
so
That
why did you
person
answer the
denied her
call?
that ride, and I was like, I have something got to give. So I was like, I'll fix something for the community.
That is messed. Why would
Hmm.
you take the? Why would you answer the call? Why would you take
Right,
the call and you knew?
you knew. Some people think, oh, money, because she finna go from, Dallas is huge. So
Yes, it
I
is.
know I'm finna go from this side of town to that. Oh, that's about a good hour, 20. For me to get to where we was at, it took me a good hour and 30 minutes just to get to the other side of Dallas.
Mm,
So where she was finna go was a little bit closer. So I'm gonna say it's a good hour ride to
mm,
get to her house. So
mm.
you finna make some money.
Yeah,
Especially it's during rush hour, you about to make some money.
yeah. So when it comes to booking you, what's the rates when when booking you, or do you have?
You will, because it depends on the, we charge by the mile. So
Mm-hmm.
the further you need to go, the more expensive it's gonna be.
Right, right. Okay.
But I do have it to where it is affordable because I do
Right,
understand.
right, right. Let me see. Detroit is definitely needed, so hopefully you keep that in the back of your head because we only have one other transportation company that deals with wheelchairs and these other companies. Wow.
Okay. Let me write Detroit. Oh, my phone is right here. Let me put Detroit on my list.
Girl, these folks is tripping. That is crazy. That is, ooh. Girl,
Okay.
Reddy is retarded. This he said
Who?
just hook the wheelchair up to the bumper and hold on.
Oh no. See now that's now I'm telling you I'm in Texas. That's some country stuff we'll probably do just to go have a good time with. But I ain't gonna hook my chair up to it.
Thank
I hook
you.
I hook something up to it and let it ride. But that's gonna be when you see us making some makeshift fun stuff
Thank you.
in the
Yeah.
country.
Thank you. We ain't finna sit up
Talking
there
about,
and hold on.
baby, this wheelchair fall apart so fast.
Thank you.
Look, I'm sitting here. I ain't even got no footrest. My footrest fell off my chair already. I'm just waiting on somebody to come fix it. So
Wow.
I definitely ain't hooking up to no car. Now, if they can
Good.
make my chair go that fast,
Thank you.
you gonna see me on the freeway just riding out.
Oh my God. Well,
Cause I want a motorcycle to be modified so I can ride the thing.
me too.
Just hook my chair up somehow where I can ride it like with my motorcycle, man.
Thank you.
And I
That's what
don't
I
want no
want.
Harley. Them. I don't want no big Harley. I want something with some speed on it.
There you go. There you go. But we always ask our guests this one last question before we get off.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us your drunkest or your highest story.
Okay, girl, I got both of them stories, but
Go on,
I'll give you.
tell me one of each then.
Oh no, okay. The drunkest was I got two drunk stories, girl.
Okay.
Drunkest, I remember like the first time I ever like truly got drunk. I was I was with my family in
Mm-hmm.
Houston. It was I think my auntie birthday or somebody's. Now
Mm-hmm.
this what messed me up because I didn't even drink that much. But my cousin made Jello shots, but she put like all different liquors in shots and then mixed it all up. So my liquors was mixed. And I went, girl, I had it on video. It's on video. Where you see me like dance regular at one point, and I'm drinking and I'm singing with the song, and then you see me slow down a little bit, and I'm still kind of singing, and then you see me with a sack in my lap, and
Uh-huh.
I'm slumped over like this. Because baby, I am blacked out. I don't even know that I ain't even still moving. And I'm telling you what sobered me up though. It
Mm.
was time to go. Somebody came, got me, and was like, "Come on, we leaving." And I believe it was my mama. And come on, we leaving. We have to go. And I'm looking like, where my phone at?
Mm-hmm.
Don't know where my phone is. Where's my phone? Somebody call my phone. Call my phone. And I'm like this. You okay? I don't see. Just somebody call the phone. So they start calling my phone. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, hold up. Let me open this eye. Because I
Dang,
don't hear
Shae.
my phone. And I don't see nobody answering my phone. Somebody to come up off my phone.
Right.
And then my mama started calling his phone. And then my uncle gets on the phone and pretend to be somebody else. And was like, who keep calling this phone? I'm like, hold up. Now I'm all the way sober because I'm about to, we about to act the fool. Ain't it one of your friends done stole my phone and you need to figure out who? And my auntie is like, ain't none of my friends stole your phone. My friends don't steal. And I'm like, somebody answer my phone. And then I heard my other auntie start laughing in the back room somewhere. And you can hear it echo in the phone. And I'm like, give me my phone. And so that was one of the moments. And
Oh,
another one, it was like maybe 2 years ago, maybe last year, one of these years.
uh-huh.
Here at my house,
Well, at least you
cause
was
I
at
had this,
home.
huh?
At least you was at home.
I was at home. That's the most comfortable place to be able to get drunk.
Thank you.
And I was with it's this one girl. You know, white people drink different than us, and she brought Jaeger. And when I say
That's some nasty shit.
we the Jaeger bottle was not open when she bought it. She brought it here.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't no little bottle.
Big ball.
We drank the whole bottle of Jaeger.
Hey, you know
And
better.
I got video footage of that night too. I'm just in there having a good time. Baby, I done fell asleep. I done woke up in the morning time because I heard an alarm in my house going off.
I remember that.
Like Like, what is the world is going on? This was right before the pandemic.
Yes, it
I
was.
heard an alarm going off. And I'm looking like, what in the world? Somebody trying to break in my house. And I go to get up and I went, ooh, 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 I don't feel good. Ooh, baby, I was so hungover. And then I heard my homegirl yelling, "How do I turn this thing off?" And so I'm just looking like, what in the world? And I was like, "You spent the night here last night?" And she, "Yeah, you don't remember?" Baby, I don't remember. I don't even remember how I got in the bed last night. And she was like, "You left me in the living room by myself. You just came and got in the bed and went to sleep. You told me I'm going to sleep and you just left." And I was like, "I did." And she was like, "Yeah, you don't remember?" I don't remember none of that.
You showing up
So,
then?
so y'all, she went ahead because she had to go to work. So she left. I called my mama. Mama, I don't feel good. I need some help. And now, mind you, the day before this, because it was March 13th, I will not forget, because that's the anniversary to my car wreck. So
Right.
I'm celebrating. I'm like, it's my second birthday, y'all, and stuff
Exactly.
like that.
I remember
Because a
that.
lot of people, once they get in wheelchairs, they claim it as another birthday.
Right.
And so I didn't even remember that I had went live. So I'm letting my mama know, "Mama, I don't feel good." She's, "What's wrong with you?" "I don't know." Because I know if I tell her the truth, she ain't finna come help me.
Right.
So I'm like, "I don't know." And she was like, "Oh, Lord, she done got the COVID." And she was like, "I don't want to come help you." And my stepdad like, "Go help her. Go help her." And my sister in the background, "Wait a minute. Who is that say they don't feel good?" And I'm like, "Shae." Shae was on live last night drinking. Shae hung over. Mama says, "You hung over?" "Oh, nah, I ain't finna go over there because you don't know how to handle your liquor." And hung up the phone in my face. And I'm like, "Good Lord, somebody please."
I remember
Oh,
that.
I was mad at my sister like, "You snitch."
Mercy, girl.
My
I
mama
remember
didn't.
the
My mama did
live.
not come.
I remember the videos. I had to call you, girl, and you had me dying on the phone. I said, "Oh my God, why did you go live?"
My ex-boyfriend had to come help me, y'all.
Yes, he did.
My family didn't have no remorse.
No, they didn't. He
He
bought you
was my
Pedialyte and
boyfriend at the
everything.
time. Huh?
He bought you Pedialyte and everything, child.
Yeah, he brought me Pedialyte. He brought me food. Yeah, he saved me.
Yes, he did. Lord have mercy. Girl, that was. I
Girl.
didn't want to laugh, Shay, but that mess was hilarious. I said, "Wait, what?" You said, go on my Facebook." I said, "No," because I might pee on myself.
Cause
Girl.
I had to go back. Cause I didn't even know. I went live twice. Had no clue.
Girl. Oh my God.
And then the high story. Oh, my first time getting high was the highest because first of all, I didn't start off on nothing small
No,
either.
you did.
This when mid had came out, and I wasn't smoking mid though. I
Mm-hmm.
was smoking California Kush. Then, cause my homegirl was like, "Let me tell you how this happened." My homegirl was older than me. I was in college at the time.
Mm-hmm.
She was older than me by a few years. And I remember it was another homegirl we had. We was a very diverse crew. I'm
Right.
black, one was white, and one was Hispanic. But
Okay.
it was her 30th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And so she wanted to like, let's go bowling and let's do this and like she cooked a whole bunch of food and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we went back to her house after the fact, and her husband and mother-in-law and all them was upstairs asleep. So we like, okay, good. And the kids upstairs asleep. So all right, cool. We're gonna stay downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And time, you know how you just be talking, having a good time, and time just start going by. So my mama had this rule, because at that time I was still living with my mom. My mom had this rule: if you gonna be out, if you not in the house by midnight, her like she would yell all the time, "My door locks at midnight." That mean if you ain't on this door when midnight comes, you need to stay wherever you are. Because and I understood that rule. So midnight came and went. 1 o'clock in the morning, I was like, "Oh, you know what? I'll spend the night. Let me text my mama to let her know I'm not coming home
Right.
and I'm okay." So I just texted, let her know I'm good and I'm gonna stay out.
Mm-hmm.
So my homegirl was like, "Oh wait, you staying for real?" I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Oh, I gotta get you high." And I was like, I ain't doing none of that. I don't do all that stuff." And then the other homegirl was like, I'll spend the night too since you're gonna stay. And we was like, oh, okay, homegirl stay. And she was like, Shae, you sure you don't want to get high? Let me get you high. And I was like, no, no. And the other one was like, I'll do it. And I was like, hold up, because she Miss Goody Goody Two Shoes. She can't outdo me. Dumb. She can't outdo me. So they picked me up, put me in my wheelchair, because her couch was kind of deep. I
Right.
couldn't get up out the mug. I was stuck. So she put me in my wheelchair and we went in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't have no papers or nothing to roll with, so she just made a bone out of an apple. So we was smoking. And the whole time we out there, I'm like, I don't feel nothing. This got to be some trash or something. Cause I'm still sober. Okay, what you say? I'm sober. And the other homegirl was like, yeah, I don't feel nothing either. And
Mm.
she was like, what? This is the good stuff. I don't even let my husband touch this. And we looking at each other like, this is the good stuff. She playing right. And it got down to the last of it, and she was like, "Oh, this the last hit," and I was like, "Well, let me have it, cause I ain't do this for nothing." And so, as I was inhaling, I ain't even finished inhaling all the way before I started choking and I started laughing. And when I say laughing, I mean I could not stop laughing. It was just tears starting to just come down my face. My jaws were hurting, and my eyes were low. And they talking about, you gotta be quiet. We ready to go back in the. It was cold. It was so cold. You could see a brick outside. And I'm not shutting up. I can't shut up. And they like, you gonna wake the kids up. Be quiet. And I'm just laughing. I don't even know what I'm laughing at no more at this point. I'm just laughing.
That's how it
And
be.
get up. And they finally got me in the house. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm over here, shh, shh. Girl, I felt stupid. And the next day when I woke up and played it all back, I'm looking like, girl, your ass was tripping. But they got me in the house. Now, look, one of my friends was like, how you get aggressive off of weed? Because I remember cussing the one that I was like, she was a goody two shoes type of girl. I ended up cussing her out. Cause they brought me in the house, they done picked me up and threw me on the couch. And I'm just on the couch, we talking, we laughing, having a good time. And oh, I can tell this how long ago this was. A Michael Vick commercial came on. And she was like, I can't believe they let him out of jail. He fought dogs. He needs to die in there. And I said, bitch, I do not be cussing at people like that. But
Right.
that day, I was like, bitch. I said, hold up. Y'all mad about some dogs? I said, first of all, he apologized. Second of all, I believe in second chances. I said, you got murderers walking alongside of you on the street every day, and you heard about somebody fighting a dog. And I was like, shoot, I'm so sick of y'all parents and judgment on people and acting like they can't grow from stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm just tired of y'all. And so y'all had one off on her. And of course, I'm seeing it lighter than what it was
Right.
at the time. But I went off, and then, I end up eating some more because I was hungry. I ate before that, but after that, oh, we need food. And they had plenty. They had fruit, cake, everything, everything you could want. It was a high person's dream. And I ate a whole bunch of it because they had cheesecake and all kind of stuff for this girl birthday. And give me some more of that barbecue. Yeah, I want it all. And then I ate. And next thing I knew, I was waking up on this girl couch. And she was like, do you remember anything that happened last night? I said, I remember everything that happened last night, including going off on her. And,
Say no.
and
No.
that was the highest I had ever been. Like I didn't get that high again. I was like,
That.
my head was hurting when I woke up.
Oh wow. Girl, no.
Yeah.
Look, have you ever gotten drunk and high at the same time?
Yeah.
Girl, that's the best feeling in the world. You so goddamn giddy. Ooh, girl.
Yeah.
Girl,
Both of them put you to sleep, so them be some of the best sleep.
I don't go to sleep. I couldn't tell you something. My birthday just passed, January 21st. I went and got a tattoo for my birthday. The
See, I love tattoos.
The dude gave me some weed and 3 shots. Girl, that shit didn't kick in till he went to tattooing me. And girl, I don't know what the hell was funny.
See, I don't smoke no more.
Shit,
I gave it up.
I can't stop. Girl, that
I
girl.
I stopped smoking a few years ago, and then I went to edibles, and then I stopped those.
Mm,
But only time you'll hear me do an edible or something like that is because it does have health benefits to it. So like
exactly.
when my head from the tumor, if my head get to hurting too much,
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to eat one
Right.
because pain medicine they done prescribe me all kind of pain medicine and it doesn't do anything.
Not,
And I'm just like, this ain't working. And when I tell you, them headaches will have me out on my butt, just not being able to move, not being able to eat. And I asked people, have you ever felt a pain that was so hurtful that you got sick from it? That you
mm,
gagging, you better throw up all of it because you just in so much pain.
I have.
Mm.
That
And that's how
was
them
for my head.
headaches from that tumor be.
Right. Cause shoot,
So
it's
that's when I'll do an edible.
see what I'm saying, and see, but before for my breast reduction, I was
Mm-hmm.
having neck pains and shoulder pains and back pains and my headache. I had
Mm-hmm.
real bad headaches. So girl, and at that time I wasn't even smoking weed, but I wish I had been, cause girl, my head was hurting me so bad I passed out in school.
Dang.
I passed out in school and they had to wake me up. I put that smelling sauce
Mm-hmm.
up under my
Yeah.
nose. They were gonna call 911. I said, I'm alright, I'm alright. I just
Mm.
having a headache. They sent my butt home.
See, and I don't like it
I
because
don't
I
like
got a pain. I actually have a very high pain tolerance,
mm-hmm.
and for someone to be able to put me out like that,
You
mm-mm.
got to be in real bad pain.
Mm-hmm.
But girl, I'm so glad you came to talk to me. I'm
Well,
sorry Romani couldn't
thank you for
make it.
having me.
He
I
probably was
know. Oh,
busy.
baby, I got his number. I got his number.
He probably was busy, but I'm gonna send him the live so he can see it. I'm gonna make sure that we have you back. Girl, thank you so much for saying
Thank you.
yes.
And
I appreciate you.
you know what? You don't even know, but this was my debut coming because I stopped doing social media just for a little while
Right,
because I was focused on the business and trying to get that together and stuff,
right,
and it became hard to juggle. So I was
right,
like, I got to take a step back, and I'm gonna come back. So I was telling my best friend, I was like, oh, me doing this is now my debut of coming back to
right,
doing social media. So you're gonna see me on live more. I'm starting back to do my YouTube again.
right.
Because it's people keep inboxing me. I didn't even know that, you don't know the impact you have on people.
That
But
part.
they coming back asking me, hey, can you start your motivational videos that you was doing?
Right,
Those was helping me. And so okay, I promised somebody I would. I don't know who the person is. I don't remember. But
right.
they they watching, they said it helps. So I'll come back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start back doing them.
But thank you, because you are a motivation to a lot of us,
Thank
especially
you.
me. And welcome back to social media. Girl,
Thank you.
you have been working hard, and I'm going to make sure that we have you back. I promise
I
you.
would love to come back.
Oh,
And for you to come on my stuff one day.
okay. You know, girl,
Yeah.
you know I'm coming.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm going to come. All you got to do is
Yeah.
ask me, tell me what time, what day, and I'm going to be there.
Okay.
Cause you know I do anything for you. If
You
you
too.
need
The same, girl.
if you need me to promote your line, girl, I promote that for you.
Thank you.
You so welcome. But thank you for coming. I talk to you later, girl.
All right. Bye,
All
girl.
right, bye, y'all. That was Shae Speaks. I hope that y'all have learned something from this sister. She is letting y'all know that she is not letting that chill stop her from living her life. She's a motivation. She's an inspiration, and I hope that y'all enjoyed this interview. I hope that y'all enjoyed the stories that she told and everything. That's my homegirl. That's my friend. Shae Speaks. I'm gonna make sure that I get all of her social media. Make sure that I get the address and everything. If you are in Dallas, Texas, and you know somebody that's in the wheelchair, make sure I get all that information and I put it in the description box of this live once it's over. Again, thank y'all. You are so welcome, Sherry. Again, I'm your girl, Shaquena, creator, host, first lady of Love Grooves. I'm the creator of Laughs and Libations. My co-host, Armani Jones, could not make it tonight, but he will see the live. He's my co-host. He's the co-creator. He's the CEO of Love Grooves. He's a DJ. He's a comedian. He wears so many different hats. So I understand why he could not make it tonight, but he will see the show from tonight. And I hope that y'all have a wonderful evening. And I will see y'all later. And y'all have a good night. Good night, y'all.